We are currently waiting for Star Citizen Alpha 3.14 to go into Open PTU. It's in Wave 2 at the moment, which means a small group of people have access to play it, but there were some recently failed builds that Cloud Imperium were trying to put out, but this has delayed the process a little bit because they were failed builds. They didn't hold up to standards. They broke. There was bugs. We had a Star Citizen Alpha 3.14.0 M release to the PTU though, and I want to check out its patch notes and how the PTU is looking currently and what's going on. As a part of ongoing polish and balance passes, they updated the assisted gimbal tracking speed and slightly increased its snapping. They slightly lowered damage and increased ammo for ballistic repeaters and gatlings, typically around 5 to 10% capacity increase here. Polish pass was done on damage values for the Vanguard specific weapons, so that's nose weapons, and they buffed the health of the Vanguard Harbinger and removed low ammo warning from ship commuter lines for energy weapons, so you don't keep on getting low ammo dry when you're firing energy weapons, which is supposed to be reserved for ballistics. They removed overheat from thrusters as well, because overheating and heat is supposed to be a secondary sort of worry now, rather than capacitors is what they've sort of have the limiting factor now in combat. I'd like to see at the moment about a 30% more ammo increase for ballistic weapons, in my opinion. Maybe more like 100% for gatlings. Though maybe they would want to also reduce gatling damage by about 10 to 20% if they did that. So this is just thoughts from me. This is mainly because I want gatlings to feel like they have more ammo. Brrr, that's what the feeling I want from them. Maybe that's just me though. I am largely going to reserve judgment on these balance sort of passes and what's going on until they balance this stuff a bit more. However, on paper and actually playing in the PTU now, I really like these changes to power and combat and ship handling. I'm getting used to them. I've only got used to them in a couple of ships, admittedly. I do need to play a lot more of the fighters and see what they feel like. Yeah, I think it's good stuff. The patch also saw a polish pass on the ship HUD to help players differentiate between targeted hostiles and non-targeted hostile UI markers at the edge of cockpit views. There were a load of major bug fixes here, and this is what's the sort of bread and butter for this PTU. So they fixed an issue causing players to desync inside the Taurus and Aquila variants. This might actually solve the issue of desync in some other locations, and we'll talk more about desync in a minute. Quantum travelling to a party member close to a surface of a planet should no longer sometimes cause the player to fly into the planet, which is always annoying. They fixed an issue causing FPS or rock-sized mining deposits to have much shorter scanning distances than intended, so you can detect them. Surface mining deposits should now be assigned distance markers when approached. So these two fixes have left mining functional on planets on the ground again, basically. You want to go mining on a planet's surface? Well, now you can do that again. Lock ping controls to scan mode settings should now correctly persist. Security ships should now recognize illegal goods on board when being carried by a player, so they will actually now go, hang on, you've got these illegal goods, we're going to take them or chase you. Players should now be able to equip med or oxygen pens on Lamount undersuits. The Cordillo steel helmet should no longer create a source of light when equipped. They fixed another issue that was causing players to get a crime stat for attacking legal AI targets. Smoke effects around Orison should no longer flicker or flash. The stairs on Orison walkway gantries next to the cooling towers on the Providence platform should no longer kill players that walk over them slowly. The XXL hangars in Orison should no longer have invisible ceiling collisions when the doors are open. They fixed an issue causing AI to not move around the G-lock bar in Area 18 and the Kelto shot in Orison. They fixed an issue causing the radar to not be visible on the Anvil Carrack flight HUD. Nova Tank turret should no longer be equipable on a Hurricane. Thematic space effects like contrails and space loop rocks and debris in the gas clouds should no longer be missing. They fixed an issue causing ship AI and sentry turret AI weapon VFX to not be visible during combat. I think some people thought this was desync, and well, maybe it was related to it, but it could have just been VFX problems. Prison mineral terminals now should correctly show how much protected time is before you get released. Players should no longer be able to enter other players' locked starlifters by using the external elevator, and they fixed 2 client crashes and a server crash. There have been some new known issues though. Currently, the issues list stands as gas clouds on Crusader appear to have graphical artifacts. Now, We know that that's something that Cloud Imperium is saying they're going to work on in the future. There's a lot more cloud tech updates they want to do, and it's going to be beyond 3.14 live, going into 3.15 and potentially beyond that, the sort of like buffs and stuff they're going to do to clouds. However, there have been various gas cloud improvements they've been doing in this patch, it seems, under the hood. So, yeah, they're trying to reduce the fuzz, it looks like, and artifacting and make them better and perform better. So we'll have to see what is possible for the live build when it comes around. Quantum traveling to Crusader will place your ship inside the atmosphere, preventing you from further quantum travel. Quantum travel from Port Olisar to Comoray ST-255 will cause the ship to quantum travel to a different direction. Assets such as elevators or environmental content will occasionally be missing in the PTU. This is not ideal and is a major problem because traversal and moving around, quantum travel, elevators, and things like that, they need to be there. They need to work. However, it does appear in the case of some or most elevators that they are just taking a while to load in. So when you open an elevator door, wait for a little while. But sometimes it is very much sort of like, well, that elevator's not appearing. That's not ideal. Auras and objects and textures load in very slowly. Missiles do not follow flares as countermeasures, so don't use flares at the moment. Various UI markers are faded and hard to read. The shield is getting hit multiple times on a single distortion explosion, and obviously that's not how distortion weapons are supposed to work. Ships are not fully repaired after repairing and refueling when receiving services. The Banner Defender power triangle does not change. The Demon Fang combat knife asset is missing from the game. Editing the personal manager app after changing Mobiglass case prevents the Mobiglass from being functional, which is not ideal, so don't change your Mobiglass case in the short term. Desync has been lessened and solved in some more minor areas of the game. So there's a lot of desync going on, position desync. I thought there was a player next to me a minute ago, my teammate, who's actually on another planet. There's some quite aggressive desync sometimes. Sometimes it's more sort of like you're dogfighting with someone and they stop moving, or they're not where they appear to be at all, and that's not ideal. Though desync is probably the most and biggest problem right now, Cloud Imperium are on the hunt for different types of desync with the community, and there are a load of different dedicated threads for each flavor of desync, so hopefully that allows Cloud Imperium to narrow down some fixes for them. Unresponsive player ships, party member desync, invisible weapon fire, combat-based flying around and pew 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 desync, whatever your flavor, they're looking into it. And you can get involved with that as well by leaving reports and playing in the PTU. Cloud Imperium looks to be prioritizing fixes to quantum travel and the star map as well, and I think it's if they can get a good amount of balance, lessen desync, and get the travel and traversal bugs and star map bugs and quantum travel bugs all sorted, or in it, at least to a reasonable level, then this patch is going to be in a very good state. The stability and performance that I'm getting, and frame rate wise, stability wise, crashing wise, is great. This latest PTU had a great experience with. I am still curious to know if Cloud Imperium are going to try and balance all the components and variants before 3.14 goes live, or if they're going to save that for later. Doing it before live, for all those different items that ships and vehicles can equip, it's going to take a huge amount of time, and that could have the PTU lasting weeks. But we don't know what their plans are. They might just do it in a very different way. They might go, we're just going to balance everything so it's pretty standard, pretty neutral. All size 2 shield generators are exactly the same in the short term, and bam, we'll fix that in 3.14.x patches, we'll fix that in 3.15, we'll fix that when we get sort of physicalized components. But it might be they keep it in this hugely long open PTU. Sorry, I'm ranting about the open PTU, but boom, that's it for today's latest PTU patch. What do you think? Have you been enjoying 3.14 on the PTU? What do you think of the combat changes? Are you keenly awaiting the open PTU or live? What do you think Cloud Imperium's going to do with the live build? Do you think they're going to have a long PTU build or balance it much later? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. And if you're experiencing other random problems in the PTU or bugs that you're like, why haven't they fixed this? I'd love to hear about those too. Hey, I heard you like VPNs. How about NordVPN then? It's got things like security and features, and we all know chicks dig VPNs. Oh my god, is that Nord? Well, yes. Yes, it is. Wink. Check out the links below to get discounts, or go to nordvpn.com/BoredGamer. Maybe it will align your chakras or something. Actually, let's read some testimonials. Ever since I got NordVPN, my life is good. I wish I'd got NordVPN sooner. I didn't get NordVPN and now I've got no hands. I'm sorry that I recorded this as an ads in. I apologise to my editor. I said I wouldn't go too wacky. That's not what's happened here. Every month we have a ship giveaway, and for July it's for a Constellation Taurus with lifetime insurance and a Star Citizen game package. All you need to play! This long overdue, more cargo focused version of the Constellation is going to be flyable in July. It's basically a new ship. Woo! Sort of. To be in for a chance of winning that, comment on any of my videos made during July, and each video gives you another chance to win, but only one comment is counted per video. More details down below. Please also consider supporting the channel further via the YouTube join button, or via Patreon, or donation, or whatever. It all helps us make Star Citizen content. Great Star Citizen content, hopefully, or at least some Star Citizen content. Also, you should bother the bell and like and subscribe and all that sort of jazz as well. Thanks for watching.